This is Armageddon, the final pay-per-view of the calendar year.
And if the challenger has his way, it's going to be Armageddon for the champ.
The champ has taken on all comers and survived to tell the tale.
Yeah, but he made an enemy of Mr. McMahon in the process.
Can the champ cross the boss and survive? We'll find out tonight. Here's a man who enjoys inflicting pain upon his opponents, and he's already earned one victory recently over the champ.
And with the way the champ's been used as a punching bag for ECW lately, I think we're going to have a new champion.
He's made an enemy of Mr. McMahon. He's been targeted by ECW, and his championship is on the line here tonight.
Not a very Merry Christmas if you ask me. Armageddon just might be the end of his world. I think these superstars are going to keep it up until they've got literally nothing left to give.
And that's the attitude you have to take to win. You know that your opponent isn't going to hold anything back, and you can't afford to either.
I'd love to know you're coming up with this stuff, because it sure ain't from personal experience. These superstars have been giving it everything they've got all night.
They sure have, and that's where the superb conditioning of the WWE superstars comes into play.
Yeah, you're not going to win a match if you're blown up 2 minutes into it.
You can say that again. I've seen matches won and lost simply because one superstar was able to outlast their opponent. Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other.
That's the law of the jungle. An injured superstar is like a wounded animal. It's survival of the fittest.
And that also means that if you're not at 100%, you've got to be able to hide it from your opponent.
That's absolutely right. This business is as psychological as it is physical. You can't let your opponents think you're easy pickings.
Well, I wouldn't consider any of these superstars to be easy pickings, no matter how beaten up they get.
These superstars are at the top.
The champion is retained. The champion is retained.
I've got to give it up to him. That was no easy feat.
With everything he's had to deal with lately, I'm honestly shocked that he prevailed here tonight.
It really could have gone either way, but he pulled it off, and that's all that matters.
If overcoming adversity is the mark of a true champion, then that's exactly what we have before us.
I'm not his biggest fan, but I'll give him credit for coming through when he needed to.
Maybe this victory will finally convince Mr. McMahon to let things go.
Don't bet on it, Michael. Mr. McMahon isn't the kind of guy to give up that easy.
Congratulations! Excellent work. Not only did you win, you beat ECW, and you showed that even the almighty Vince McMahon isn't all-powerful. I'm very, very impressed.
Tonight, SmackDown begins the journey to the Royal Rumble. I'm Michael Cole here with John Bradshaw Layfield at ringside, and we're less than a month away from one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year.
That's right, and the road to WrestleMania begins at the Royal Rumble.
It's a co-presentation of SmackDown and Raw, so the stakes are high.
It's the perfect opportunity for SmackDown to once again demonstrate our superiority over Raw.
With the Royal Rumble coming up, you can bet that both these superstars are looking to make an impact here tonight and secure themselves a spot on the card.
That's what every superstar in the locker room is thinking, Michael. They're going to pull out all the stops tonight.
It's hard for me to imagine a greater team than these two, or a greater champion than this man right here.
Yeah, but the guy next to him is the true uncrowned king of SmackDown as far as I'm concerned.
Good evening, and welcome to Smackdown, coming to you tonight from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hot Atlanta is ready to go, and I'm just as fired up as this sellout crowd.
With good reason. You and I know both what's coming up, and these fans are definitely getting their money's worth tonight.
Man, what a match. Kids, if you're watching this, don't try this stuff at home.
Absolutely not. These are trained WWE superstars, and even they wind up seriously injured sometimes.
That's for sure. Even me, a former WWE champion, has had his share of injuries over the years.
Rey Mysterio never fails to impress me. Every time he enters the ring, he finds another way to defy the laws of physics.
Speaking of the law of physics, I think Rey's gotten to a point where his competition is just too big and too strong for him to beat.
I think Mysterio can be competitive at any level against any opponent. If anyone would know that, it's you.
Watching these superstars go at it reminds me why I prefer to stay on this side of the announce table.
You know, if you let me train you, you could be cruiserweight champ inside a year.
Oh no, I've heard stories about the way you train people. You make Marine drill instructors look like pushovers.
Are you?
Tempers are flaring here tonight after that one.
You can't imagine the kind of pressure these guys are under, Michael.
Maybe not, but I think that keeping your cool would be a major part of making it to the Royal Rumble.
This isn't a chess match. This is a very emotional situation.
And there's no doubt that these superstars are wearing their emotions on their sleeves.
It's hard not to respect that kind of passion.